the all of our decisions and choices are holistic
Mm.
choices. Everything is connected
Mm.
to everything else. It's like
Mm.
the
Yes,
human
yes.
organism has
Ah,
all these different parts, all
mm-hmm.
interconnected. It's
Everything.
all a holistic thing. As you go, yeah, because it's not just one
Mm-hmm.
problem. It's sort
Mm-hmm.
of symptomatic of a whole system of problems happening. And it's the same in our
Mm-hmm.
lives as well. That that there's usually not just one element or one thing. And when you change one thing, sometimes it
Mm-hmm.
affects
Mm-hmm.
everything.
Lot of
As,
things.
as yeah, yeah.
Uh,
And so
mm.
yeah, I don't have a lot of the answers because I don't know a lot of what
Mm-hmm. I
will be.
understand.
But I can
Mm-hmm.
see, I have a map from my
Mm-hmm.
experience
Mm-hmm.
in history, and I know this map very well.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Not perfectly,
Mm-hmm.
but I know this map very well. And I know that most people don't know their own
Mm-hmm.
map. They're there's in everybody's lives there's a lot of things happening, and every like you get to work and it's bang 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 bang, and then and like, oh my god, it's like 8 hours. I've been here 8 hours, right? Yeah, and you're like, I've been here 8 hours.
Mm.
Yeah, and the phone
Mm.
is still
Mm.
ringing, and you have to lock you have to lock the door and run away because just more things will come and more things will come if you don't do that, right? Right, and that's and a lot of people
Mm. Mm.
live their lives like that, and they don't have a map of everything that's going on, and they're not prepared to stop and think. And this is the final little note, this tiny, tiny little thing. Um, Sometimes problems are all that people know. That's all people know sometimes is problems. They don't know anything else. Their
Mhm.
whole life has been
Mm.
problem, 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 and they don't know what
Mhm.
life is like without a problem. And the person that we were talking about, right? It's very common that certain personality types are like that. That all they know is problem, problem, and they think this is normal. This is the normality for them. This is their normal situation to live within situations of problems, and they learn to manage the problems and have
Mhm.
control through the problems. But and so the problems become comfortable for them. And it's a bit like I know this doesn't exist, but imagine a doctor
Mm.
with no patients, right? Because the doctor has done
Mm.
his or her job. They have given
Mm.
the right
Mhm.
advice or the right medicines to the patients,
Mm.
and they don't come. And really, that's the sign of a
Mm.
good doctor. Like a doctor who does not have people
Mm.
calling and visiting all the time is the sign of a good doctor because they have healthy patients. Um, and a lot of people don't know how to be a good doctor with their own problems. All they know is the problem, the problem, the problem, the problem, the problem. When really, if you approach the problems in a general holistic sense, you can prepare for the problem so that the problem doesn't happen. You can be ready for it. All battles are won and lost in the
Mhm.
preparation.
Different.
Yeah, yeah. And so a lot of people don't know how to prepare and get ready for all the things that are going to come to them in life, and all they know is the problem. And me from a personal perspective, there are problems that I have to deal with, but I'm not going to make that problem the beginning and the end of everything in my life, right? I'm not going to do that. I don't think that's a good example to set. It's not a good example to set to panic about the problem. Because you acknowledge the problem. Oh, there's a problem. Yeah, okay. Well, what's number one? Don't panic. Okay. Number one is don't panic, right? You know, it's number two. Can you manage it, right? Can you control it in some way? Is there something you can do that's going to help, right? And to approach it in that way, and then to realize that the problem may or may not go away, and you may or may not have control of that, and not to worry about it. Not to worry about it. I'm like there's a lot of problems that I could possibly have, and I am not worried at all. I don't worry at all. I have faith and trust in my own ability to solve whatever comes. Yeah, and to understand it's not going to happen today. I'm not going to solve everything today. And you sort of take one little piece and go, okay, I'll do this bit and see if I can do this and see if I can do this. And there's a lot more that is open to people if they do that than if they instantly jump in panic from problem to problem to problem to problem to problem because that's all that they know. If you can step away and step back from it and then find a way to manage the problem in a way that it works for you, right? So and understand that you can try to change things and make them worse instead of better, right? Right? You try to change things and make things worse, and that I learned that that's a hard lesson for people to learn. Luckily I learned that very early on in life. There are a few things in my life I tried to change. It did not work out. And I ended up in a worse situation. I'm like, okay, change is not always good. Right? Change is not always good. Control what you can control and just, let it be. Like tomorrow somebody might help you with something if you ask. Or tomorrow you might get hit by a bus, right? I mean, you got to be aware and manage those things in a way that helps. And so yeah, I can't remember what the point was. The point was about I can't remember what the point was. Anyway, there was something important in there. Something important. Okay, right. Yes. So yeah, that's a small question, but a big answer because all these things are interconnected, and it's as I always say, like someone comes to the doctor and it's, doctor, why do I have cancer? It's like it's yeah, I mean, why is the sky blue, right? Yeah, is there life on other planets? It's hard. It's hard to say.